skills-based hiring too, ditching degrees for real competency validation in a tight talent market. Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm Shiraz, and today we're talking about a hiring shift that is quietly but completely changing how talent is sourced, evaluated, and placed across industries. It's called skills-based hiring too. And no, this isn't just about removing degree requirements from job descriptions. This is about redefining what qualified actually means in a world facing long-term talent shortages. The degree-first model is breaking down. For decades, hiring followed a simple formula. Degree first, resume second, skills assumed. But that model is no longer working. Companies are struggling to fill roles even while capable workers remain overlooked. Why? Because degrees often signal access, not ability. They don't always reflect real-world competency, adaptability, or job readiness, especially in fast-changing fields like tech, healthcare, and industrial operations. And in a tight labor market, that mismatch is costly. Why skills-based hiring is exploding now? Let's talk about timing. This trend isn't happening by accident. We're facing persistent talent shortages projected well into 2032, rapidly evolving job requirements, retirements outpacing new skilled entrants, AI accelerating how quickly roles change. At the same time, more than 80% of employers now prioritize skills over resumes when making hiring decisions. That's a massive shift. Not because companies suddenly became progressive, but because they had to. What skills-based hiring tool actually means? This is where the two matters. Skills-based hiring, one, removed degree requirements. Skills-based hiring, two, goes further. It validates real competency using AI-powered skills assessments, role-specific simulations, task-based evaluations, continuous skill profiling. Instead of asking, "Where did you study?" employers are asking, "Can you actually do the job?" And more importantly, "Can you grow with the role?" How AI is powering the shift. AI is the engine behind this transformation. Modern AI assessments don't just test knowledge, they evaluate problem-solving ability, decision-making under pressure, skill application in real scenarios, learning agility. This allows employers to expand candidate pools without lowering standards. In fact, standards are getting higher but fairer. Hidden talent is finally becoming visible. Tech sector moving beyond credentials. Let's start with tech. Degrees age quickly in technology. Skills don't. Programming languages evolve. Frameworks change. Tools update every year. Tech companies are now using AI-based coding challenges, system design simulations, and real project assessments to identify talent regardless of formal education. The result? Faster hiring cycles, better job performance, lower early attrition. Developers who learned through boot camps, self-study, or hands-on work are finally competing on equal footing. Healthcare, competency over paperwork. Healthcare faces one of the most critical shortages globally. But here's the challenge. Healthcare is highly regulated. Credentials still matter. Skills-based hiring too doesn't eliminate credentials. It validates competency alongside them. AI-driven assessments are now being used to evaluate clinical decision-making, workflow efficiency, compliance awareness, soft skills like patient communication. This ensures that healthcare professionals aren't just certified, but practice-ready. Hospitals and staffing firms using this approach report faster onboarding, improved retention, reduced burnout. industrial and skilled trades, the biggest win. Now let's talk about industrial roles. Manufacturing, logistics, energy, skilled trades. These sectors have been hit hardest by labor shortages. And yet degrees were never the real requirement here. Skills were AI-driven competency assessments, now tests, equipment handling, safety awareness, troubleshooting ability, process optimization. This allows employers to hire based on what workers can do today, not what's written on paper from 10 years ago. Why skills-based hiring improves retention? Here's something many companies didn't expect. Skills-based hiring doesn't just improve placements, it improves retention. Why? Because when people are hired for what they can actually do, expectations align with reality. Performance anxiety drops. Career paths feel achievable. Employees feel seen, not filtered out by arbitrary requirements. And that translates into longer tenures and stronger engagement. Upskilling partnerships are the missing link. Another critical part of skills-based hiring too is upskilling partnerships. Forward-thinking employers are collaborating with training providers, boot camps, community colleges, online learning platforms. The idea is simple: hire for adjacent skills, then upskill. This approach allows companies to build talent pipelines, reduce dependency on scarce perfect fit candidates, future-proof their workforce. It's cheaper than constant rehiring and far more sustainable. Why this counters long-term talent shortages? Let's connect the dots. Talent shortages aren't temporary, they're structural. Skills-based hiring too counters this by expanding access to opportunity, unlocking underutilized talent, shortening time to fill, creating learning-driven career paths. Instead of fighting over the same limited pool, companies are growing the pool. That's the real breakthrough. What this means for staffing and recruiting firms. For recruiters and staffing leaders, this is a turning point. Your value is no longer just sourcing resumes. Your value is skill validation, talent enablement, workforce advisory. Staffing firms that embrace skills-based hiring become strategic partners, not vendors. Those that don't risk becoming irrelevant. Final thoughts. Skills-based hiring too is not a trend. It's a correction. A shift away from assumptions and toward evidence. Away from pedigree and toward performance. In a tight talent market, real competency is the only currency that scales. The future of hiring belongs to organizations that measure what matters, invest in upskilling, use AI responsibly, and put skills, real skills, at the center of every decision. Thank you for watching. I'm Chiraz, and if this episode helped you rethink how hiring really works, make sure to like, subscribe, and share it with your network. I'll see you in the next episode, where we continue breaking down what's really shaping the future of work.